Any man who must loudly declare, "I am the king," is no true king. Yet, day after day, Donald Trump takes to the cameras to insist he has completely and totally crushed Iran. Behind those victory speeches, the Pentagon is fracturing. Army Chief of Staff General Randy George was forced out after directly clashing with the Secretary of War over a ground invasion strategy. While the fires burn in the Middle East, the focus of the global power struggle is shifting. Thousands of miles away, a silent observer is monitoring every American movement. The loud American proclamations of dominance are a smokescreen. They mask a strategic vacuum that Beijing is quietly and methodically filling. The reality on the ground is a war of attrition. Iran destroyed an E-3 Sentry AWACS plane with a suicide drone, wiping out an advanced command center that previously guaranteed American air superiority. That single hit was just the start. The U.S. has lost at least 30 aircraft so far, including 16 MQ-9 Reaper surveillance drones, hardware that costs over $30 million apiece. Even the peak of American stealth has been compromised. Iran managed to shoot down an F-35 fighter jet, neutralizing its radar evasion by relying on older thermal imaging tactics. The defensive shield is cracking. The military has burned through over 2,400 Patriot interceptors, forcing the U.S. to beg allies in Poland and Southeast Asia for their own stockpiles. The United States is trapped in a catastrophic financial and military drain, hemorrhaging billions of dollars and exposing the absolute limits of its operational capacity. This aligns with a core Chinese strategic doctrine: hide your strength and bide your time. While Washington burns its resources, Beijing is empowering America's enemies. This map shows how Iran acquired precision strike capabilities. Chinese satellites are streaming real-time targeting data to Iranian military positions. With this continuous feed, drones actively map American warships, charting flight paths that slip right past U.S. defenses. Beijing is also shipping the hard materials required to keep the missiles flying. Despite global sanctions, China supplies components like sodium perchlorate, the crucial chemical ingredient used for rocket fuel. For China, the Middle East is a live-fire testing ground. They are evaluating their technology against active American defenses, without risking a single Chinese soldier. In exchange for this military tech, China extracts a massive economic return. They secure 80% of Iran's oil exports at a steep sanction-busting discount. This diagram illustrates the long-term threat. $140 billion in trade between Iran and China bypasses the petrodollar system, executing entirely in Chinese yuan. Because of this, the Strait of Hormuz effectively acts as a toll gate, opening wide for any nation trading in Beijing's currency. Beyond the cheap oil, there is an intelligence goldmine. China is treating this war as an open book exam, taking notes on American weapon depletion rates and logistical bottlenecks. They are downloading America's entire operational playbook for free. When the time comes for a confrontation over Taiwan, Beijing will know exactly how the U.S. military moves and exhausts itself. The unilateral handling of the war has alienated traditional Western allies, severing the trust that once anchored American leadership. The consequences are severe. Close NATO allies like Spain, France, and Italy are actively closing their airspace and bases to American military operations. While the U.S. isolates itself, Europe is looking east. Top officials like European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen are physically traveling to Beijing to secure future trade partnerships. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and other Western heads of state are joining this pivot, choosing economic cooperation over alignment with the American war effort. These aggressive tactics have broken the rules-based international order, pushing longtime allies to seek stability with a communist superpower. Contrast Washington's erratic outbursts with the image projected by Xi Jinping. Beijing is presenting itself as the predictable adult in the room, a stabilizing force in a chaotic landscape. The violent attempt to project dominance in the Middle East has become the primary catalyst fast-tracking China's dream of a multipolar world. China hasn't fired a single shot at American forces. They are conquering the global order by observing from the sidelines and letting the U.S. make catastrophic mistakes. We track the missiles and the shifting front lines. But if a nation can win a war without ever deploying a soldier, we have to ask if traditional military might is still the deciding factor of global power.